Okay, so let's get started. We're going to start with a simple ring. And so we're going to use 20 gauge wire, okay? And you can see 20 gauge is pretty much my favorite. I have a simple glass bead, yellow, the color of joy, also the color of the solar plexus chakra, which if you are not familiar with the chakras, I teach about that too, and you can check out the links in the resource area. So my middle finger is a size 7, so I'm gonna start with an 8. And I'm just going to place my bead right on there. So I have about 10 about 10 to 12 inches of wire because I want to make sure that I have enough room. So you're going to, once you have the bead on the number, you're just going to fold each side of the wire down. Okay, so it's like legs hanging off the side of something, right? And let's see if you can see that. And you're going to fold the wire crossing in the back. So I want to show you the cross in the back. Okay, that's where we are. Crossing in the back. Thank you, camera, for focusing for us. Don't be an ass. I'm so sassy. Now you're going to have one wire go to the front of the bead. Okay. And we're going to have one wire go to the back of the bead. Okay. There's a reason for that. So one in front, one in back. Okay. Now cross them again in the back one more time. And you want to make sure you have your one in the front and one in the back. Let's look at how that looks. So they're not, I shouldn't say crossing, but they're not over each other. They're next to. Okay, that's the difference. So now you want to pinch it together so that when you slide it off, watch this, like a magic trick. And then you're going to hold all the pieces together, okay? Hold them all together. The wire that was in the front, you want to make sure it's still, yep, we're still lined up. So you're going to point that one down, okay? And then the one that was in the back, point that one up. So this is how we're looking right now. See? One down, one up. The reason we did that is because this is in the direction that we're going to wrap. We're going to wrap to secure and tighten that wire. So I'm going to hold this in place with my thumb, and I'm just going to tuck this under, pushing it through just like that. And then you see now it comes out on the other side. Grab the cleaners and tighten it up by pulling, okay? And you see how it kind of got tight, right? And I want to do that with the other side really quick. So I'm going to push this through, bring it, and pull it tight. So now it's going to be the size 7 that I want it to be. So now I'm just going to continue doing that, making sure that the wrap is next to the other one. I want to pull it again. I don't want to break it though, you guys. I want to make sure it's tight but gentle at the same time. So how many wraps am I doing? Just enough but not too daggone much. Okay, so I want to cut the excess off and squeeze and make sure that sharp piece is down. And I went over it with my cleaners because while I was doing that and I was squeezing and going over it, I was actually making sure while squeezing that this part, the end, was not sharp. So I'll touch that with my fingers, because the last thing you want to do is, you know, have someone wear your jewelry and get scratched. So we're going to repeat that on the other side. Okay. Very simple, you guys. At least to me. Of course to me, right? And I'm just gonna guide that. Now, remember, if your coils get too far apart, you can squeeze it to make it neat. Okay, and then we're gonna cut here and clean here. Let me turn it this way. Tighten it up a little bit more. Turn it and squeeze and tighten and make sure. Yeah, look at that. So let's see, how did we do? We did good, because look at that. It's the size 7 that I needed it to be. Awesome. So let's see how it looks on my hand. I'll take the other one off, you guys. Yeah. Yes, I accept. No, I'm just kidding. And there you have your very first simple wire wrapped ring. Oh my gosh, you guys, you can sit up at night and make a bunch of these. And the question would be, well, how much would I sell it for, Angela? Oh, you know what? There's a whole formula that I have for pricing, a pricing formula that is in our tips for selling course. So I'll leave that link in the resources portion of the video. Okay. All right. Let's get creative.